Germany ended the Second World War disarmed and divided, and within a decade, both halves were rearming with aircraft pointed at each other. What follows covers every significant German aircraft from both sides of the Iron Curtain through the Cold War's end. The Focke-Wulf Ta-183, Influence and Legacy. The Ta-183 was a German jet fighter design that never flew under German colors, but whose swept-wing configuration directly influenced post-war aviation on both sides. Its aerodynamic concepts were studied by Allied engineers after 1945 and contributed to Soviet and Argentine jet fighter development. It represents the bridge between wartime German engineering and the Cold War jet age that followed. The F-86 Sabre, West German service. West Germany's Bundesluftwaffe received the Canadair-built F-86 Sabre as its initial fighter equipment, operating it through the mid-1950s as the force was established. Powered by an Orenda turbojet and armed with 6 machine guns, it reached around 1,100 kilometers per hour. It gave West German pilots a capable swept-wing fighter while domestic procurement programs were developed. The Republic F-84F, Thunderstreak. The F-84F served the Bundesluftwaffe as a tactical fighter bomber, carrying conventional and nuclear weapons in the ground attack role. Powered by a Wright J-65 turbojet, it reached around 1,060 kilometers per hour and carried a substantial weapons load. It formed the backbone of West German strike aviation through the late 1950s and into the 1960s. The Lockheed F-104G Starfighter. The F-104G was the most controversial aircraft in Bundesluftwaffe history. A Mach 2 interceptor adapted for the low-level nuclear strike role for which it was temperamentally unsuited. Powered by a General Electric J-79 turbojet, it reached around 2,300 kilometers per hour. West Germany's high accident rate in the type, the result of demanding missions, challenging handling, and intensive operational tempo, made it one of the most debated procurement decisions in NATO history. The Fiat G91, West German service. The Fiat G91 served the Bundesluftwaffe as a light tactical reconnaissance and ground attack aircraft, a NATO standard design selected for its simplicity and deployability. Powered by an Orpheus turbojet, it reached around 1,075 kilometers per hour and carried cameras and light armament. West Germany operated it in the reconnaissance role through the 1970s before transitioning to more capable types. The McDonnell Douglas F-4F Phantom II. The F-4F was the primary West German multi-role fighter from the early 1970s through the Cold War's end, a dedicated variant of the Phantom adapted for Bundesluftwaffe requirements. Powered by twin General Electric J79 engines, it reached Mach 2.2 and carried a comprehensive air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons suite. Continuously upgraded through its service life, it remained a credible NATO air defense asset into the post-Cold War period. The Panavia Tornado IDS, West Germany. The Tornado was a collaborative European design produced by West Germany, Britain, and Italy to replace aging strike aircraft across NATO. Its variable sweep wing allowed low-level supersonic penetration at speeds exceeding Mach 2.2. The Bundesluftwaffe operated the IDS variant in the nuclear and conventional strike role, making it the central element of West German offensive air power through the 1980s. The Panavia Tornado ADV consideration. West Germany evaluated the air defense variant of the Tornado for the interceptor role, but ultimately did not procure it, relying instead on the F-4F Phantom for air defense. The evaluation process contributed to understanding of European interceptor requirements that influenced subsequent procurement decisions. The decision reflected both cost considerations and the existing capability of the upgraded Phantom fleet. The Alpha Jet, West German service. The Alpha Jet was a joint Franco-German development serving the Bundesluftwaffe as an advanced jet trainer and light attack aircraft. Powered by twin Snecma-Larzak turbofans, it reached around 1,000 kilometers per hour and provided both training and limited operational capability. It replaced the G91 in the light attack role and served through the Cold War's end and beyond. The VFW-Fokker VAK-191B. The VAK-191B was a West German experimental VTOL strike aircraft developed in the late 1960s and early 1970s as a potential replacement for the F-104G. Powered by a combination of lift jets and a vectored thrust main engine, it demonstrated vertical takeoff and landing capability, but did not proceed to production. Its development contributed to European understanding of VTOL technology and informed subsequent research programs. The HFB-320 Hansa Jet. The HFB-320 Hansa Jet was a West German business and liaison jet featuring a distinctive forward-swept wing configuration, the first such design to enter production since the wartime Ju-287. Powered by twin General Electric CJ610 turbojets, it served the Bundesluftwaffe and Bundeswehr in the VIP transport and calibration roles. Its forward-swept wing provided genuine aerodynamic data for subsequent research programs. The Dornier Do. The Dornier Do was West Germany's first domestically produced post-war aircraft to enter Bundeswehr service, a single-engine utility and liaison aircraft of conventional design. Powered by a Lycoming piston engine, it served Army aviation in observation, liaison, and light transport roles. It represented the resumption of German aircraft production within the constraints of post-war sovereignty. The Dornier Do. The Dornier Do was a twin-engine utility transport developed from the Dornier Do, serving the Bundeswehr in liaison and light transport roles. Its twin-engine configuration improved reliability and payload over the single-engine predecessor. It operated from unprepared airstrips in support of Army formations across West Germany's NATO commitment area. The Dornier D-31. The Dornier D-31 was an experimental VTOL transport aircraft designed to demonstrate the feasibility of vertical takeoff transport operations for NATO forces. Powered by vectored thrust engines and wing-mounted lift jets, it demonstrated genuine VTOL capability in flight testing. It did not proceed to production, but its data contributed to European understanding of powered lift transport concepts. The MBB Bo 105. The MBB Bo 105 was a West German light helicopter that became one of the most successful rotary-wing designs of the Cold War era, serving the Bundeswehr in reconnaissance, liaison, and anti-tank roles. Its rigid rotor system provided exceptional agility compared to conventional helicopter designs. Armed with hot anti-tank missiles, it formed part of West Germany's layered defense against Soviet armored forces. The East German LSK establishment. The German Democratic Republic established its air force, the Luftstreitkräfte und Luftverteidigung, within the Warsaw Pact structure from the mid-1950s. Equipped entirely with Soviet-supplied aircraft and organized along Soviet lines, it defended East German airspace and contributed to Warsaw Pact offensive planning. Its development mirrored West Germany's rearmament on the opposite side of the ideological divide. The Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-15, East German service. The MiG-15 was the East German Air Force's initial jet fighter, a swept-wing design powered by a Soviet copy of the Rolls-Royce Nen turbojet, reaching around 1,075 kilometers per hour. It equipped the LSK as the force was established in the mid-1950s and provided a capable first-generation jet fighter capability. It was replaced by more capable Soviet types as the Cold War air defense requirement intensified. The Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-17. The MiG-17 replaced the MiG-15 in East German service, offering improved performance through a refined swept wing and more powerful engine. Reaching around 1,145 kilometers per hour, it served as the primary LSK interceptor through the late 1950s and early 1960s. Its cannon armament and agility made it a capable short-range air defense fighter within Warsaw Pact doctrine. The Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-19. The MiG-19 gave East Germany its first supersonic fighter capability, a twin-engine design reaching around 1,450 kilometers per hour in level flight. It served the LSK in the interceptor role through the 1960s, providing a genuine supersonic air defense capability that aligned East German aviation with Warsaw Pact standards. Its handling demanded careful management, but it represented a genuine generational advance over the subsonic types it supplemented. The Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-21. The MiG-21 became the backbone of East German fighter aviation through the 1960s, 1970s, and into the 1980s, a Mach 2 interceptor of simple design and genuine capability. Powered by a Tumansky turbojet, it carried air-to-air missiles and cannon armament in successive upgraded variants. Its longevity in East German service reflected both its genuine capability and the standardization demands of Warsaw Pact procurement policy. The Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-23. The MiG-23 variable sweep wing fighter entered East German service in the late 1970s as a more capable replacement for earlier MiG types. Its variable geometry wing provided improved performance across a wider speed range, and its air-to-air radar gave it beyond visual range engagement capability for the first time in LSK service. It remained in service until German reunification ended the East German military establishment in 1990.
The Sukhoi Su-22. The Su-22 variable sweep strike aircraft served the East German LSK in the ground attack and interdiction role, providing a supersonic low-level strike capability aligned with Warsaw Pact offensive doctrine. Armed with bombs, rockets, and air-to-surface missiles, it was tasked with striking NATO targets in the event of a European conflict. Its variable sweep wing allowed efficient operation across the speed range demanded by low-level penetration missions. The Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-29. The MiG-29 was the most capable aircraft to serve the East German Air Force, entering service in 1988, just 2 years before reunification ended the LSK's existence. A fourth-generation fighter of genuine quality, it carried beyond visual range missiles and a helmet-mounted sight that gave its pilots off-bore sight engagement capability. When German reunification came in 1990, the MiG-29s of the former LSK were absorbed into the Bundesluftwaffe, making Germany the only NATO nation to operate a Soviet-designed fourth-generation fighter. The Antonov An-2, East German service. The An-2 biplane utility transport served East German aviation in liaison, agricultural, and parachute training roles. Its simple, reliable construction and short field capability made it useful in secondary military aviation applications. Its presence in the East German inventory reflected the broad Soviet supply relationship that equipped every aspect of LSK and auxiliary aviation. Two German air forces, two opposing superpowers, one divided nation, and in 1990 they became one without firing a shot. The aircraft on both sides made that deterrence credible, and that is their place in history.